be doing the bonus run for you all. Once I've remembered to put the audio on. The most important part of any run is hearing what's going to happen. So because you were also generous, I'm going to be running this for you. So, story of this game, Lester is a geek who loves reading comic books. However, there's one problem in his plan. He falls asleep on the dock, it gets raided by pirates, and now we've got to save everything. But anyway, let's get started, shall we? With this bonus run. Let me just check. Is the stream up and running fine for everybody? Do you all hear the game and hear me? Because if you all can, then we'll get started. Let's do this then. Yeah, this is the story of a geeky teenager trying to save the world. So as you can see, he is a typical teenager. There are a few mechanics that I need to explain. First mechanic being that Lester is scared of everything. However, we have routed the game in such a way that it means that we negate these animations. The problem with the animations is that Lester runs backwards. That was a little bit short on there. There's a specific tiling here. You can see I was just slightly short. That ducking there, normally Lester would take damage. However, because we're ducking, it negates the damage that Lester takes. Now the current world record for this game is 14:59, held by a runner called Coughing Rocks. He's the one who's done a lot of the routing for this game. Oh, I got the crab jump. It's actually the first time I've got that. Yeah, the game has a decent variety of stages to them, and there's quite a lot of tech that I'll be explaining as we go along. So the first thing you may notice is that sometimes I'm jumping early. And that is because if you jump too late, then Lester's head will bonk a lot on the platform. And it's actually slower, because Lester will actually have to fall to grab the platform. Whilst if we jump somewhat earlier, then it kind of makes sure that we spend the least amount of time in the air. And I get the quick rock pick up here. This particular rock here is a bit of a pain to pick up. There is a specific setup to get in there immediately, but for some reason it is very specific. That green ooze there will damage you, which is why we aim to avoid it. And we normally aim to avoid that platform, but somehow I grabbed it. That's never happened before. This is for safety. We normally go through, And what normally happens there is we normally take damage from those bats to get through there quicker. But that's the other way you can do it. It's a lot safer. So as you can see, some of the mechanics of this game are very, very quirky. For example, Lester's running animation. He looks like he's someone who's running very, very late, but also running very clumsily. I've got the animation skip there. The animation there normally would be that Lester gets scared. However, we've routed the game in such a way that we skip these animations. Another duck jump there. This isn't like the Legend of Zelda one with Gamelon where you do the duck walk. It's a duck jump. Hey, giant spider. Yeah, this is a stage that has cost me more trouble than I cared to really remember. Because these jumps are very, very tight at times. Can I get the skip here? No. What you can do there is you can actually drop that before the cutscene plays. However, it is one tile. Because the way that Lester's movement is calculated is tiling. Or units as well. I got a slightly bad tile there. So I'm not going to go for that this time. Hold up a little bit here. But yeah, at least we... sadly we didn't hear Lester go as he died. Yeah, we jump there. The main reason why we jump there is because otherwise we'd have to wait for those platforms to despawn. However, the game's trigger is basically at a specific point on the right side of the screen, and we can basically skip having to do all that walking. Now comes the most difficult trick in the game. Cage skip, it's called. I'll fully explain once I've got through here. Absolutely perfect. That particular screen, what the game intends you to do is it intends you to fall through the rooftops. However, with specific jumps like that, we can actually skip falling into the cage, which saves around about 20 to 30 seconds. And that's how it's done. That's how rooftops are done optimally. There was a safer strategy that I was going to go for, where you just do standard jumps across, which is a lot safer. I'm quite happy that I was able to showcase that. Now you may notice that with these jumps here on this stage, I'm always backing up. Because Lester takes a little bit of time to gain full momentum. And if you jump too early, then you will miss those platforms. And yeah, this is one of the auto-scrollers in the game. And we can do this sort of thing just to bide our time. We in the Lester community call it the Lester hump. Because it looks like he's just humping the air. Alright, this is a specific setup that I use. Because this final jump here on River is quite precise. For some reason the hit detection on the vines is always off in this game. So hump center. Oh, okay, that's a bit early. Hump left, and go. I kind of miscalculated how far I was into the stage, but that's still fine. Now, Jungle is one of the most annoying stages, well, the more annoying stages for players who are new to the game, because if the river jumps are not annoying enough, you have to do that here as well. And I have a rhythm for it, so, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. That's how you do Jungle effectively. The last two vines you have to do a very quick jump. because if Lester's animation changes, he will not grab that final vine, and you will fall to the bottom of the stage. Alright, nice. Also, real men clip through doors. Now what happens there is because there's a slight bit above the door that is not actually solid, we can just jump through it. It's one of the few tricks that I found. I think it was a few months ago I found it. I need 3 hits here. Got it. Now optimally you can get 4 hits on this, but I don't understand the buffers for it yet. Also the Lester Kiss, good old British thing. Whoa! So far this one's not going too bad, only 1 death. Now Cave Mouth is another awkward stage because yet again you're dealing with hit detection on the vines, but you've also got a tiger on your tail. Or a leopard. Or one of the cats. And you have to wait a little bit there, otherwise Lester will not hit that second vine. This next stage is one of the few stages with no enemies. It's a maze level. So you have to hit specific switches in a specific order to unlock all the doors. However, there is one door in this particular setup that's actually a fake door, or a fake switch. But the developers left it in, but in fact had a door that has a double function. So there's one switch that opens 2 doors, and then there's one switch that doesn't open the door. Basically that switch on that door there does nothing. And the amount of times it affected runs when I was learning this game was crazy. See if I can get the clip into the floor here. Nice. You can clip into the floor there and still grab the ladder. It saves around about, I want to say around about 25 frames. It's like a very, very small time save, but the world record holder's time in this game is extremely optimized. And Cabin 2 is another stage without enemies. You basically need to find the right route whilst a spiked ceiling tries to crush you. Now you may notice that I only occasionally do some down jumps here. It's because it's a little bit quicker to turn in mid-air, so then you can kind of gain a little bit of extra distance. But anyway, the next stage I'll quickly explain. There's a skip, and I'll have to explain it once I've done the trick. This may take a couple of tries, or not. Now what that is called, that's called pylon skip. Normally what the game expects you to do is hit the boulder on that right side multiple times. However, we can skip that. And then we can also die on this stage, because yeah. Right, that's not how that's meant to go. Let's try again. I'll wait for this spider to get past now. But you will see in this stage there is a lot of buffering for the spider. Now the reason for this is because the spider is not... We initially thought the spider was random, but instead the spider is actually on a timer. You can see I do this, I then jump forward, because I know where the spider is going to spawn. Through that, and then we jump again. Turn back. I jump again, hit it, and here we go. That's all set on the timer, and the hump in the air and ducking down actually buffers the spider's movement. So then we know what time that the spider's going to come down. This stage is quite simple. You've got lava basically chasing you, and you've got to make sure that you don't, get burnt. As you can see, you can leave your jumps extremely late here. And also real men clip the walls as well. Yeah, real men click through doors as well as walls. I believe it was Radioactive Rat who found this trick. And it's basically that you can jump through there, but the game pushes you into the wall because the platforms that you can grab can be grabbed from both sides. And we're now into dock. We're getting towards the back end of this game. You've got to deal with these barrels. Now there are specific setups and buffers that I use. So for the second barrel I wait, I then jump. The amount of times that I've seen players who are new to the game get caught up by these barrels is relatively high. I always take damage there because there's a free health canteen up here.
Oh.
That's actually a really nice duck jump. Oh nice, I got the quick sword grab. Now the quick sword grab is based upon tiling. Basically where you are on in reference to the sword will mean whether you can get a quick grab or not. And there is some very awkward tiling with the pirates here as well at times. So we're now in the final section, which is pirate ship. There's a really cool trick that was recently found by the world record holder that I will show you in a second. And yes, every single pirate makes the same. I call it like a very crude grunt. But yeah, this is the trick. The game normally expects you to take this down and then go down the ladder. Instead, we can use the ducking trick from before, knock down the box and still get through. 55 hit, yep. Don't take hit from that dynamite because it's an insta-kill. Ah, he got some, yeah, the iframes or the invisibility frames for these parts can be very awkward at times. But it's not nothing that I can't handle. And the damage boost through 2 here. Because the thing is, we take a death at the start of the next part, the final stage anyway, because we will need the health. This is actually PB pace, personal best pace here. If everything goes right, this could be a personal best. But it's still a very solid run anyway. I didn't want to click no. There is a little jump there that you can do to get onto the platform quicker, but it's very risky. Now, this is the only bit of RNG in the game, is this section coming up. It's not these parts up top, it's the parts on the bottom deck that I need to watch here. That was actually pretty tight.
Oh.
But it's these parts here. Now the first part we do always kill. It comes down to luck whether this works. No, it wasn't going to. I still took damage. Damn it. This is going to be tighter than I want it to be. But it should be fine, yeah. We're absolutely fine from here now. There's nothing else that can damage us unless you go in the wrong door, but that's an impossibility now because the doors here are not random. I mean, look at that face pushing it. I love it. It's almost like he's gold is blocking his face. There we go. If all goes well here, this is PB. This is going to be a personal best. Right. 1, 2, 3. I've shut the door. This should be fine now. It's going to be tight for my personal best. And I dropped the spin, so no personal best for me. Oh boy. That's absolutely fine. This is still a really solid run. 1. But yeah, the cannon actually is placed specifically. so then we can get through the door quickly. And that's less to be unlikely. Which is 1736 for a marathon run is actually really solid. Because there is a lot of things that can go wrong. A lot of things could have gone wrong in that run, but it actually went very much according to plan. Like, there was very few mistakes there. I mean, Pylon's first try in a marathon is, that alone is awesome. The story is Lester saves the world, he saves the island, he's renowned as a hero, and now look at him. He gets women. He gets a lot of women for this. And I realised my thing was a little bit off screen, so let me just verify the time. Because I realised it was partially cut off. Yep, 1736. Or am I a little bit on the quiet side? That should be a little bit better. But yeah, definitely check the speedrunning community for this game out, because we may be a small community, but it's got quite a few more. It's had quite a few new people join, and at the moment this is one of my main speed games alongside Star Fox 2. So if you do watch my stream, you will see a lot more of this. And I want to say thank you and congratulations to Savannah and everyone who ran in this marathon the past 24 hours. The amount of money we've raised for people to get the SGDQ is the kindness of a lot of people has meant that we raised about $850. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to run this for you all. Definitely check out the community. There's me. There's also Radioactive Rat, who ran it at SGDQ last year. There's the world record holder, Popping Rocks. Garbonza Guy, I believe, is learning the game as well at the moment. And we've got a couple of other people who are also learning the game. So definitely check those people out. Check my stream out as well, because this is a game I love to speedrun, because the game is considered to be a bad game, but speedrun is so much fun to do. So thank you all for having me, and congratulations to Svenna for raising so much money for people to get through SGDQ. And this concludes the Speedrun Community Outreach Marathon, and we hope to see you next marathon. But watch out for Lester, he'll be back. There was never a sequel made to this game, so the only time he'll be back is potentially in a future marathon. Wink, wink. Hope you've all enjoyed the marathon, and I hope to see you all around. Thank you for having me.